Don't you just hate how all of the new and exciting Etsy trends have already been saturated by other sellers by the time you get around to actually creating something? That's the issue with the Joe Schmo trends that everyone has access to, but I'm not everyone. I'm your good data analyzing friend, Starla Moore, and as a manager at eRank, Etsy's largest SEO tool, I have access to data that's a little harder for the average bear to find, like newly emerging trends that have more searches than what there are competitors, as in, demand isn't even being met. And today, I'm covering 20 of them, trends that you can literally go make right now and still have time to list before the competition gets hot. Data is my favorite thing in the world, and one of my jobs over at eRank is to analyze search behavior, keyword demand, and emerging product opportunities so sellers can make smarter decisions instead of just throwing random products at the wall and hoping that something sticks. Never a good strategy, just FYI. And as always, I need to toss out a quick disclaimer because every time I post a trends video, people ask for the exact best shirt designs or the exact best digital products, the exact best handmade items. But if there were one perfect list of exact products to make, everybody would make them and nobody would be able to compete. The real skill is taking broad market signals and filtering them through your own niche, your own ideal customer, and your own product style. Today, I pulled 20 trends from my Ultimate Spring Trends Digest that stood out, each showing strong search behavior compared to the competition. So let's get into it. Kicking off our list is a really cute one for spring, and that is A New Chapter Begins Baby Shower. This term has 2,370 searches last month, against just 1,986 competitors. Not only is that an extremely healthy ratio, but it's also very theme-specific and very adaptable to multiple product types. This could work for invitations, welcome signs, baby shower games, guest books, shirts, banners, favors, printable bundles, and even matching decor pieces. Next up is Baseball Season SVG. This one comes in with 3,280 searches against just 2,936 competitors. Nearly unheard of in the SVG space. This could also be a strong bridge trend for digital and POD sellers, where you're opening the door to shirts, tote bags, decals, and even game day merch. This next one honestly jumped out to me just because the ratio is so ridiculous, and that is Being an Introvert Journal. This niche keyword had 8,590 searches last month against only 64 competitors. Guys, that is insane. This is exactly the kind of trend that digital sellers need to pay attention to because it is specific enough to feel personal, but broad enough to expand into journals, workbook pages, self-reflection prompts, mental health planners, stickers, bookmarks, or even POD notebooks. Next up is Bride Denim Jacket Pearl. A bit of a jumble of words, but this exact phrase has 2,520 searches against just 635 competitors. So if you're in the bridal or wedding industry, this is definitely a trend to take note of. And I especially like this one because it combines multiple strong signals at once. You have the bridal market, personalization potential, and denim, which has already been trending in fashion and accessories due to the overall return of 90s themes. Next for the jewelry sellers is Cherry Blossom Ring. This term had 4,070 searches last month against just 1,071 competitors, which is great because cherry blossom themes work especially well in spring and could be amazing for Mother's Day. For jewelry sellers, this is obvious, but even beyond jewelry, this could inspire art prints, embroidery, stationery, phone cases, stickers, and digital designs built around the same motif. Next, we have Content Planner Google Sheet Template. Say that 5 times fast. This keyword saw 6,510 searches last month against just 1,003 competitors, which for a digital product is pretty rare. And I love this one because it lines up so well with what happens this time of year as people get into spring cleaning and organization mode. Right about now is when many business owners want to stop winging their content. So if you're in the digital productivity lane, this is one to list ASAP. Next for our furniture folks is Corner Shelf. This one comes in at 4,720 searches against 4,280 competitors. That ratio is a bit tighter than some of the earlier ones, but it is still strong enough to be worth developing, especially when home refresh behavior takes place in the spring. And corner shelves are one of those functional decor products that also photographs really nicely and can be styled in several different aesthetics. Next one is for the digital pattern shops, Crochet Tulip Pattern. This one rolls in at 4,020 searches last month against just 1,243 competitors. And this one is obviously very spring inspired, but it also works for those wanting to create their own gifts for Mother's Day. If you really want to make the most of this one, consider selling the pattern with a kit that includes everything that they need in order to complete the pattern too. Now, let's move into graduation, because graduation season is one of the biggest spring opportunities on Etsy. And first up is Graduation Money Holder. This term had 3,430 searches versus 3,283 competitors. Now, that isn't an enormous gap, but it is enough to stand out if you can create a version of this product that's unique and different than anything else that's already listed. Think about the specific type of grad: the football star, the cheerleader, the goth kid, the animal lover. Most of the versions that are listed right now are very generic, so stand out by targeting specific niches within this already strong trend. And staying with the graduation theme, next is Graduation Stole. This is currently carrying a trending in search badge, meaning that the search spike is so notable that the system is basically yelling at us to pay attention to it. The data shows 8,540 searches against 8,248 competitors, which again, the spread isn't huge, but this is a very high demand seasonal term with not nearly enough diversification in the offerings. You could do personalized stoles, cultural celebration stoles, floral stoles, embroidered stoles, keepsake stoles. There's plenty of room to niche down within a trend that already has strong demand. Next up is Perfume Tray, which is a great one for handmade, vintage, and even those POD acrylic trays. This term saw 5,690 searches last month against 4,452 competitors. And it's a great term for Mother's Day, wedding season, graduation, and you can theme them in so many different styles. This is one of those occasions where you can stack trends by making the trending item, but then designing it in a trending theme as well. Next is one that I recently discovered in my own life, shower steamers, which are awesome for folks like me who don't have a bathtub. I know, it sucks. But I must not be alone here, because there were 3,720 searches for shower steamers last month against 3,061 competitors. And this one makes perfect sense for spring and early summer because self-care starts picking up again around Mother's Day. You could also position them as teacher gifts, spa baskets, or even sympathy gifts. Not to mention, they also bundle and stack well with other bath and body items if you're in the self-care niche. Now for our dog people, the next trendy breed is Spanish Mastiff. And these big puppies come in at 2,520 searches versus just 84 competitors. Guys, just 84! There is so much money to be made here. You could do blankets, mugs, stickers, ornaments, shirts, memorial items, digital portraits, decals. I could literally go on forever because pet people are not the casual buyers. They're the crazy, I want my dog's face on everything people. Just ask me how I know. Next is a good one for both Mother's Day and Father's Day. Steering wheel cover. Surprisingly, this one currently holds a trending in search badge, and it had 4,270 searches last month against 4,486 competitors. This is one of the tighter ratios on our list, but I still wanted to include it because overall car accessory and personalization has been performing really well over the last year on Etsy. And you could easily avoid a lot of that competition by stacking trends. Steering wheel cover is the item. All you have to do is apply a trending theme to that item. Next is another one for our pattern shops, Teddy Bear Crochet Pattern Amigurumi. And this is probably one of the most shocking search ratios that I've seen. Last month, it saw 10,620 searches against just 4,679 competitors. Guys, that is insane, and definitely not a trend that I would hold in your pocket for long, because it's only a matter of time before this one saturates with sellers. Be the one they're competing against rather than the one who's stuck trying to compete. Next is TikTok overlay, which I had no idea was a thing, but apparently they're popular. Because last month, TikTok overlays saw 3,480 searches versus 3,017 competitors. And I kind of like this one because it reflects that creator economy trend where more people are streaming, going live, creating short-form content, and trying to make their online presence look more polished. Think of it as an extension of a brand package. For digital sellers who already create stream graphics, branded assets, social media tools, or creator templates, this is a very relevant new lane to explore as we roll into summer. Next is travel journal inserts, which I could see becoming very popular during vacation season. This term saw 2,280 searches against just 1,093 competitors. Travel products are especially nice because they can overlap with planning, memory keeping, scrapbooking, stationery, and even anniversaries and weddings, giving lots of room for different styles and designs. Next is another one for wedding sellers or even party planners. Polaroid Guest Book. Last month, this term saw 6,380 searches against just 3,662 competitors. And this one is super marketable because it's not just a normal guest book. This product includes an experience with it that turns it into a keepsake that has memories attached. And because of that, it carries more emotional weight than a lot of basic sign your name here guest books. Next one is for the pottery folks or even the 3D printers. Yarn bowl. Not a bowl made of yarn, but those cool little bowls with a hole for your yarn. The term yarn bowl currently holds a trending in search badge, and it saw 4,520 searches last month against just 4,140 competitors. This one makes a really great Mother's Day gift if you can get them listed soon enough, but definitely be sure to put extra time into your photos, because the ones currently listed on Etsy are top-notch when it comes to their overall presentation. Our last trend is one that is less of an item and more of a style that can be applied to nearly any item, which are obviously the best kind of trends. But before I share it, I do want to mention that if you're finding this video useful, I actually just published my Ultimate Spring Trends Digest over on Patreon. This is where all of the trends go that don't make it into my videos. And the all-new Ultimate Spring Trends Digest contains 190, yes, 190 trends across all industries, including POD, digital, vintage, and handmade. I've literally never published a report this big, so if there was ever a time to grab one of my reports, this is the one. Now, members of my Patreon get monthly trends digest like these for just $5 a month, but for those who don't want to join Patreon but still want the whole report, I also made it available as a standalone purchase for $20. So if you want the full seasonal report with all of the data, a keyword difficulty score for each term, and additional trends beyond what I could fit into this video, be sure to click the link up here and down below to check out my Ultimate Spring Trends Digest. Ideally before your competitors do. Okay, back to business. The last trend on our list is probably the most flexible trend in the whole report, and that is cute core. Yeah, if you thought the days of adding core after any word were over, guess again. Because the term cute core saw 5,490 searches versus just 5,467 competitors. And cute core isn't just one product. It's a whole cute aesthetic that can be applied across almost any industry. Stickers, shirts, jewelry, stationery, phone cases, keychains, digital wallpapers, social media templates, bookmarks, bags, nails, charms, plushies, literally anything pastel and cute can fit. So guys, if you already make cute products, this is an easy keyword to tack to existing listings in order to position yourself just in time for summer. As always, the goal is not to chase all 20 of these trends. Instead, you should be thinking of creative ways to adopt these trends into your existing brand and niche if it's an item that you feel will fit into your existing product ecosystem. So take what fits, ignore what doesn't, and start planning now so you can get ahead of these search patterns before they saturate with competition. Until next time, Pookie.